Beatmakers the squad. What's good? It's your boy Cheese, the producer. Today, I'm gonna give you 10 ways to beat Beatblock. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So, Beatblock. As a producer, it is your arch nemesis, probably even your worst nightmare. You're sitting there trying to make a beat, now all of a sudden, everything that comes out is just sounding horrible. So what do? You go and you try to make another beat, and everything keeps sounding horrible, and as you keep doing this, your confidence gets lower and lower, and you're like, oh, now all of a sudden, you're telling your friends, oh man, I can't make no beats, and they're like, oh, you got Beatblock. First things first, here's what I'm gonna suggest to you. Stop subscribing to the idea of Beatblock. You're not blocked. You're uninspired at the moment. All right? And I'm about to give you 10 ideas to help you find inspiration. Or at least 10 ideas to help me find inspiration. Idea number 1, take a break. Nothing in life really works when you force it, and beats won't work when you force it either. So why even try? Take a break, rest your brain, get away from it for a little while. Idea number 2, court the muse. Now, when I say court the muse, what do I mean by that? When I was in high school, I had a teacher who taught me what court the muse means. So it's like, courting is like dating, and the muse is your inspiration. So when you're dating a girl, or you're dating your significant other, I should say, you're trying to influence this person to be around you, stay around you, hang around you, be around you at all times, you know what I mean? Commit to the long term if that's what you want. So the thing that you're trying to court at this time is inspiration. You're trying to influence this inspiration to stay around you, be around you, like you would with this person. So go ahead, go out, court the muse. Find the places that inspire you, the things that inspire you, the actions that inspire you, the people that inspire you, and go and be around them. Right? Court that muse. Number 3, do something that makes you feel good. Now, take that how you want to take it. But what I specifically mean when I say do something that makes you feel good, look at me right now, I'm kind of scruffy, my beard needs to get shaved, hair is kind of long or whatever. For me, one of the things that makes me feel good is to get a haircut. Because when my hair gets too long, I don't feel like I look good, and when I don't feel like I look good, I don't feel good. There's an old adage, you look good, you feel good. And I believe that to be true. When you feel that you look nice, you will feel nice about yourself, and it will affect different aspects of your life, maybe even all aspects of your life, most aspects of your life, I should say. All right, so do something that makes you feel good, and watch it, just that positive energy kind of go out over everything that you do. Number 4, explore other arts and interests. Okay, one of the things I love to do is take photos and look at photos and look at art. When beats aren't working out, I'm out with my phone, click, taking pictures, or I have a camera, DSLR, that I can go out and take pictures with, and then I also have like a folder full of photos on my computer that I look at when I need some inspiration, because those photos kind of just provide me maybe a different perspective of something, like a photo of the city. I can look down on the city as opposed to looking at the city from on the ground, and look at it from the top. Just different things inspire different thoughts. All right, after you do that, I would suggest that you actually watch some movies. Like, what? Watch movies? Yes, watch movies. Watch movies, television, even play video games. Because they're all pretty much synonymous nowadays when you really think about it. And the reason why I say to watch these things is because all these things have different soundtracks, they have different sounds in them, have all types of things that can just inspire different thoughts and can just, motivate you, and even just, like I said, it can just inspire you anyway in many different ways. All right, so definitely pull out the TV, the Netflix, etc. Watch that stuff. Play some video games. You never know what you'll hear while you're playing a video game. And the soundtrack of some of these games nowadays are crazy. All right. After that, I would suggest that you listen to some old tracks. Go dig up your old beats and listen to them. And if you're thinking like, yo, I can't get inspired by listening to old beats, like them joints is whack, you never know. You're gonna find an old beat and you're gonna hear something that you did on there by accident and be like, yo, that's kind of crazy. Like, and by this point, with the growth that you'll have from the time that you made that beat, when you hear that mistake, it won't be a mistake. It'll be like, oh, yo, I did this. All right, and you'll be able to add that to your arsenal, and it'll be a new tool that you can use. All right. Next thing I want to tell you to do is to get around like-minded people. Now, not too long ago, I was at some beat battles, and there was a producer there by the name of Music Maestro, and he actually said that he was at the battle because he was going through Beatblock, and he wanted to be around other producers to just kind of soak up the vibe. And I think that is very intelligent. Literally, after I was at that battle, I was at another event. That was the American Producers League beat battle. Then after that, I was at the iStandard Sample Flip Saturday, and a lot of dope producers in there, and Music Maestro was there as well, and it was just dope just to be around other producers, other like-minded people. And then literally, I think it was the day after that, I met up with a friend of mine from elementary school and his homeboy, and it was with another one of my homeboys, and it was like literally 4 of us in my studio, and we were all just playing beats, and it was crazy. It was dope. And like, I remember just my mind just being blown like after that day, and I'm like, yo, I gotta keep this vibe going. So get around like-minded people, and when you get around those like-minded people, you never know what they could inspire. So for example, my homeboy, his name is Thomas, he brought his homeboy Carlos with him. Carlos is a guitar player. Carlos also is he's an amazing iOS producer, and he does things with GarageBand that I didn't even think were possible. And he's playing all these beats for me. I'm like, yo, what are you using? And he's like, oh, it's GarageBand. He's like, what do you use? He's like, you don't use GarageBand? I'm like, nah, been fronting on GarageBand for years. So, he's actually inspired me to do my next step, which is to switch my environment. Now, my particular environment happens to be DAW. So if you've been following me on Instagram lately, you've seen that, like, literally I've been bouncing between like 6 DAWs on the iOS platform. This actually is very good for me, because what I've noticed is that each DAW kind of inspires me to create differently and create different type of music. And for me, that's pretty good, so I don't get kind of caught in that routine anymore, and I just kind of move around, and the only routine I have is being creative. All right. Idea number 9, go back to the basics. Now, I'm from New York. In New York, the Knicks play, and when the Knicks play, there's a commentator by the name of Clyde Frazier. And Clyde Frazier, he always talks about, he's always commentating games with Mike Breen. Mike Breen always says, like, because the Knicks are always going through shooting slumps, like always going through shooting slumps. This will be the first game of the year, like, oh, he's in a shooting slump. Like, how's he in a slump? Like, the season just started. Anyway, Mike Breen always asks Clyde, he's like, when you were playing in the NBA, how did you get through, like, shooting slumps when, like, your shot just wasn't falling? And Clyde, without even, like, hesitating, always says this, and I literally think they just practice this, but whatever. He says, I go back to basics. He said, when my shot wasn't falling or something wasn't working, you have to go back to basics. You go back to the things that got you to the place that you are right now. Because he said what's ended up happening is that you're probably overcomplicating things in your mind, and when you go back to basics, you just kind of revisit those things and review those basic ideas, those fundamentals. They will get you to think less and just do more. All right. Idea number 10, if all else fails, use your producer cheat code. Now, you like, my producer cheat code? What in the heck is that? Dude, sis, we all got producer cheat codes, and you got a producer cheat code. If you're a sample-based producer, you like, man, my producer cheat code is using MIDI files instead of samples. If you're a synth-based producer, maybe you use samples instead of synths. If you're a hybrid type of producer, you go online and you find some free MIDI loops or something like that, and you use those in your beats, because like it just makes things go quicker. For me, my producer cheat code is called Gadget. Gadget is my cheat code because it has this thing in it that allows you to adjust the piano roll to only show the notes within whatever scale you want. Do you understand how easy that makes things? Like super easy, yo. Like I'm sitting there writing melodies with my thumb. Now I don't like that. Pull that note down. Pull that note over. Oh, that melody's fire. Let's throw some drums on it. So with all that being said, it's your boy Cheese the Producer, and I'm gonna get up out of here and let you guys go. One thing I will ask you to do is, if you found this video helpful, please definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you love iOS tutorials, definitely hit the subscribe button. Also, if you have any ideas or suggestions for how to defeat the almighty Beatblock, it ain't that mighty. If you got any ideas, suggestions on how to defeat Beatblock, definitely leave them in the comment section below. It's your boy Cheese the Producer, and I am up out of here. Peace. Coach.
Told them other niggas hang it up. Sorta like they posters. You know, sorta like they posters. They mortify, they horrify the culture. You gotta drink this here slow.